Because new Mercy is a little bit different. I don't necessarily even think that she's better, but she's different. So here's what we've got different. So first off, you guys have seen Guardian Angel meter charges up. You guys see that right next to my crosshair? Charges up. It's a lot like Diva Matrix. You guys see that? And then by pressing, what was it, crouch or jump? It's crouch, right, chat? Yeah, crouch, as that meter charges, will launch you higher depending on how far you've charged it. So here, right here, it's not a very far charge, so it only goes a little bit. But if I get a further charge, I can go higher. You guys see that? Now, the other thing, well, jump does something different. What jump does is it launches you past the target. It charges you up past the target. And I think, chat, you can do it in any direction, no? Yeah. Ah, so any direction you hold, when you press jump plus that direction, it goes. Hang on, chat. Hang on, chat. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this. Can you do it sideways, chat? Can you do it sideways? Yeah, so the direction you're looking. Okay. So here's what we can do. I can go. Let's just break it down one by one. I can go Guardian Angel in, then crouch for height. The higher that Guardian Angel being a meter charges, the higher I go. I could do Guardian Angel space, and it launches me forward. The higher the charge, the further I go, right? I could do Guardian Angel S, and then jump. I messed that one up. So Guardian Angel charge the meter S, then jump to reverse it. And then the other option is that you can turn your camera. I need more room in my hand here. I can turn my camera and flick the direction I want to go in a different direction. So here, you see that? That's what else you can do. And I think you can also do that backwards too. Whoops, that's gonna be hard. Can you do that one backwards? Ah, crud, hang on. Yeah, you can. You see that? So I can turn and then flick backwards like that. Even up. Okay, let's try this. Ah, wait, is that better than crouch? Is that better than crouch? Hang on, if I do it with S. Oh, that's better than, that's as good than crouch. It's not a bit less. Ooh, I see what you're saying. So this is without crouching, y'all. Interesting. Okay, so basically what we have here is more options with Mercy that are a little tricky to count to work with. Now, I'm not sure how good this is. It has to be helpful, right? But what we'll do is we'll try to look for opportunities in your VOD where you could have gotten value out of this. Whether it's the crouching, the spamming, we'll look at it. So for you, it's gonna be about prioritizing Mercy. The answer is always enable whoever's playing the most aggressively. With your composition, it's likely to be Echo, but I don't want you to hard tunnel on your Echo at the expense of the rest of your team. If your Echo is playing aggressively, she always gets the pocket. That's what you guys are playing this composition around, right? However, the Echo has to back off, or the Echo's not really engaged, or they're hard diving your BAP, hard diving your Sojourn, then you might need to pivot, okay? Good use of cover. Should be able to get that res. Res. That's a call that you can always make, by the way. So I'm sure that your Echo was like, I have a huge opportunity here, and just goes for it. But what's the problem with this, right, chat? Like, this is something that we want to try and avoid if you're communicating with your team as Mercy, right? You need to be able to sync this one up a little bit better. Now, I'm not saying maybe you did call it, but there's a real risk here that this Echo gets focused down and targeted out because you were out rezzing. Yeah, just make sure you call it. Rezzing, right? And your team needs to know exactly what that means, okay? And if they feed in, or if he sees the opportunity, says like, I know I don't have a pocket, but I think I can get this, then trust them. That's okay, right? So again, we're not results-based, we're intention-based. Results were great here, but theoretically, there was an opportunity for it not to go well, okay? I like the use of camera, checking your flanks, always keeping good awareness. This is problematic, right? This needs better control. You need to fly and get to cover here. There's no reason for you to be flying out in front of your team. This is bad control with your hero. Maybe you're just out of reps. I mean, I was clearly clunking around the practice range, but this needs to practice. Yeah, there's Sojourn takes the res first. That's unfortunate. I would have pocketed my Zarya sooner, right? Because, like, again, this comes down to beam priority. So you're thinking, oh, BAP generally will do more damage than Zarya sometimes, okay? Like, whether or not that's the case. But you see right here, it's not necessarily always who's going to be doing the most damage. It's always going to be who's in the heat of the battle. Right now, your Zarya is playing much more aggressively or being much more aggressed on. This Zarya needs to be full HP. This Zarya should be full HP. By the time you get beam on her, you've missed an opportunity to heal for her for 150, I think, would have been the case for about 2.5 seconds, right? This needs to be healed up. And with that 150 healing, I think there's a much higher chance that she survives. Again, movement here. So I don't have the Guardian Angel meter on the UI in the replay viewer.
I am here to support.
Oh, there it is, actually. You cancel it too soon. This is what happens. So chat, there's the option that all Mercy players should have, which is here. It's a relatively new one, which is Guardian Angel target priority prefer facing target. So in other words, even though I am healing my BAP right now or damage boosting my BAP right now, if I look and aim my crosshair at another target and press shift, I will go to that other target instead of going back to my Baptiste. That allows you to keep your beam on the Baptiste, but then fly to safety at the same time, which is a really important thing to do. The problem here is that you are charging your Guardian Angel up by flying to the Sojourn, but you cancel the Guardian Angel by pressing spacebar too soon. I don't know if this is bad habits from Overwatch 1 Guardian Angel functionality where you could cancel it and fly over, but you need this meter to charge more. You needed to hold that shift. See, you press space right now. You press space right now. Normally you would have flown to the Sojourn, but you need to actually get to the target, then space. So the jump doesn't die here. You would actually fly here, jump, cancel, and because it's charged more, you would have flown completely out to safety. That's okay. Fight's lost either way, but it would have saved your life, might have saved your Sojourn's life, and it's something that I wanted to point out so that you can be aware of it, all right? So again, cover. It's like such a little thing that will kill you so many times with Mercy, right? So like right here, I actually don't see a reason to Guardian Angel just yet. You could sit here, you need to cancel this Guardian Angel now, hug this corner, and then hug this side, right? You swing out. The difference between life and death could be the difference between this and this. Or even, okay, even if the Searcher can shoot you, at least she can't double shot you, or she can't railgun you and then shoot you because you have the opportunity to duck behind cover. There is no benefit to you being here as opposed to being here. Such a little thing, but it's so important. And the reason why we bring it up is because even if it doesn't kill you now, it's something that it will so consistently impact every single team fight as Mercy that overwhelmingly it is the solution. Like again here, right? You see this? You see this? No reason for this whatsoever. No reason for this whatsoever. Very, very sloppy. So, versus their composition, I'm gonna have an easy time because there's not a lot of tech that I think you'll need to abuse. So I don't have to sweat too much about, still learning the tech myself. Whoopsies, I think that was a fat finger. But things like cover usage are still gonna be important here, right? Like you lose your echo, I would have considered Valking this earlier, honestly. Like, if you Valked like now, it would have been fine. Because like a team fight's actually breaking out here, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you're like, I don't think we need Valk because we're calling like Grav, but you know that they have a lot of ultimates too. So Valk is like such a good... Valk is one of those few ultimates where there is almost no downside to using it as soon as the fight starts. Like, not when they're still poking, but like when the fight actually starts, Valk lasts so long that there's really no reason to not use it, right? 15 seconds, like, it gives you so many opportunities and so much flexibility with what you can do. It's a good ult to use. Okay. Cover, 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 cover. Ooh, yeah. That was goofy too. So this is where... Did you get conked? What happened here? Seriously, did you get conked? What happened? How did you swing forward? I thought you were too far off the ground. Oh, you do? That radius is huge. Okay. Yeah. And that's where having the setting that I was talking about matters, because you can Guardian Angel to your Echo without looking at her, as long as you're not looking at anything else. So you're not aiming at anything else, so you can just Guardian Angel straight up, which is exactly what you do. Very important to have that. Ah, that's sucky. Winnable. I like the beam target choice there. Looks like your BAP is getting work done. A little slow in the Zarya. Okay. Let's keep going. Valk is basically a cooldown. Well, I mean, Valk is very powerful ultimate. It's just basically a cooldown in terms of there's nothing that it specifically counters all the time, so there's no reason to hold on to it, is what I'm saying. It's guaranteed value. Ah. Again, think about it. Now, we've got hindsight coaching here. We've got 20/20 vision right now. So then where would you go? Where would you go? Think about it. Where would you go? Yeah, exactly. Left side. Flip across. Perfect vision of the battlefield. And cover. That's rough. Yeah, I think this might be it for y'all. Oh, maybe not. Ah, come on now. Your Zarya is inaccessible. Your Zarya is inaccessible. If you have to fly out like this, the target's not worth saving. It's the same thing as using your Kiriko ult, your Kiriko TP into the middle of the enemy team. It's just not worth it. There's nowhere for you to go. Even if you got here, you would have died immediately afterwards. Cover in addition to positioning. Exactly, exactly. I really think you'd benefit a lot from just tightening up your cover a little bit. Maybe some of the micro adjustments as well with the cooldowns. And certainly if you're playing more Mercy against more dive compositions, if you're dealing with Tracers and Genjis and Sombras, being able to, and Winstons, being able to move and maneuver is going to be very important. But I definitely think that thing is definitely important.